The last lesson, we saw how we can have a full page image here right within our header, and as we scroll down we see that some of these sections, they're a little bit small and they're not actually ideal. So let's make some updates to that, and also let's add in some additional content. So first of all, let's go down to the section and create, so we already have a row here, so let's add in a row above, and within that row let's add in another div and we'll give it a class. So maybe we can give it a class of 12 or something like that, and then we'll add in some content in between there, and then this is going to be our content that we can utilize within the rest of our project here. So maybe we've got a couple paragraphs here going all the way across, and let's take a look at this now and see what it looks like. So yeah, it doesn't really look that great because it's all the same text, but this is just placeholder content again as well. So maybe also want to add in one underneath all of those rows, and also all depending on how you want to style your web page and your web project. So maybe what I want to do is I want to remove out some of this content so it doesn't all look exactly the same. So that way, let's go back out and refresh it, take another look at it, and just see what it looks like. So now we've got a bunch of content above, we've got our 4 columns here, we've got a bunch of content below. So let's also, it's a little bit squished here, so let's add in some customized styling, just like what we did before, where we added in all of the different minimum heights. Let's use that same format, and we'll do M section, because we want to grab all the sections that we want to affect. So those are those 3 that we're actually going to be clicking. So we want to give them all a class called M section. So let's first go scroll down to About and add in a class of M section, and I'm going to just copy and paste. So we had About, we had Products, and we had our contact form. We do want to be specific where we're applying all of the styling to, so let's refresh it, take another look, and see what we've got now. So now we've got full page sections here, so there's still a little, no, we need more space between them as well. And also, whenever we click it, we notice that some of that text is cut off. There's a really quick way to add in a really quick solution for that, and that's with padding. So whenever I add in padding, and again remember we're doing mobile first, so we might not necessarily want the padding on the smaller screens, but we definitely want it on the screens larger than 786 or 68. So let's add that padding in, and maybe we'll do something like a 6 EM padding for top and bottom, and 0 for left and right, because we don't want to force any padding for those ones. So now let's take a look, and now everything is aligning much better whenever we make our clicks, and we can also scroll the different pages. So now we also have an option where we can add in some customized backgrounds to these ones as well. So we can do something where we've already named a lot of the sections, so we can just reutilize the names and the information and do that background image. So we don't need any of this, and we can cut out some of that, and now we can specify these via the IDs. So we had an About, and I believe there's another one called Cats. So maybe the About, we want to have a cat in the background. So now when we scroll down to there, we see we've got this cat in the background, and yeah, so our image there, it's we need to work on the background colors as well, those RGB colors, because we're not able to see those colors. We're not able to really easily see that. So let's also add in, maybe we can add in a comma there, and we can do something like About. And I believe we had one div for all of that, so now we can take a look at that and see how that turns out. So of course that's black, and the text here was white, so we might have to probably make an adjustment on the text as well. So we've got the background there, so we've got all of that coming out. So let's update that color to white, And now refresh it. So now we can actually see our content. So company, the About Me section, maybe for the products we might not want to have anything. And then lastly, for this last spot, let's create a city. So this one was contact div. So for our first div, let's add that background color in. And so we've got our contact there. And now let's, so it looks like what's happening here is that we're doubling up on this transparent. So maybe what I want to do is remove that out, where it's applying it to all the divs there. So when we want to apply it to directly, let's go take a look at our code and see how we can make an adjustment to this. So we have a contact and we have our div, our class container, and we see we've got that same format here. So what may be the best idea to do is to do, so if we have any about with a container within it, then that's where we want to make that application of that background color, so that now it's a lot more uniform. And we still need to update to add in an image for the background there, so let's take care of that as well. So we created one for about, let's create one for contact. And we want it to have city background. Let's just quick beautify, go back out, refresh it. And now when I click the contacts, I've got a nice city background there. I've got a cat up here within this section, and I've got within my head section. So in the next lesson, we're going to do some more fine tuning of our CSS, and we're also going to be looking at maybe adding in a modal, so it's pop-up window there whenever maybe this best deals today gets clicked and we can get some more information. We can have a little pop-up there with some deal information or something like that. So let's do those updates in the upcoming lesson.